Master, these Nightbrothers, they tore this town apart, slaughtered everyone. Indeed, this destruction is extensive. It appears the Nightbrothers have already withdrawn. For now. Qui-Gon, we will cover more ground if we separate. Search every alley, every ruin, every home. Find any survivors. Now. Yes, Master.
Qui-Gon left immediately, and as he did, he ran as fast as he could, looking for survivors. However, everywhere he turned, he only found shattered lives turned to cinder and ash. Just moments ago, this innocent village was alive, with thriving markets and children running through the streets. But now, all you heard was the faint sound of fire crackling in the silent wind. So it was up to these two Jedi to rescue anybody they could. However, as Qui-Gon approached some collapsed debris, he sensed something odd. He sensed a disturbance in the Force. This disturbance was unlike anything he's ever felt before. What was that? Qui-Gon approached the debris, and as he lifted the remains, before him stood what looked like a Night Sister and a child. However, the Night Sister was barely breathing. It looked as if she was dying. Although technically she and her clan were the ones responsible for this massacre, Qui-Gon couldn't help but feel sorry for her.
Are you hurt? I'm here to help.
Maul.
Her trembling hand reached for the child.
Maul.
The Night Sister collapsed to the ground. It was over. She was truly dead. As she died, Qui-Gon couldn't help but feel heartbroken inside. Not only for her, but for this child. Maul, she said. What did that mean? Was this the child's name? Qui-Gon looked into his eyes. This boy. This was what was so strong in the Force. It was this boy. At that moment, Qui-Gon knew he couldn't leave him behind. He just couldn't. With no mother, no family, and nowhere to go, he needed his help more than ever.
Don't worry. You're safe now. I promise.
In time, Qui-Gon rushed back to the ship, and as he did, it was there where he came face to face with Dooku once more. However, as Dooku looked at the child in his hands, he looked horrified.
Qui-Gon Jinn, what have you done? Master, this boy, he has a connection to the Force, unlike anything I've ever sensed. You overstep, Qui-Gon. If the warriors of Dathomir discover he has been taken, they will not hesitate to spill Jedi blood. These are not adversaries you want to make, Qui-Gon. I will not abandon him. His mother, she died right before his eyes. Master, he has nobody. He needs protection and guidance.
Dooku sighed. He knew he couldn't keep fighting him on this. Just like him, he was relentless.
Very well. But hear me clearly, Qui-Gon. The Jedi Council will not approve of this. They will not look kindly upon you. You walk a dangerous path. See that it does not consume you.
In time, Qui-Gon, Dooku, and the young Maul left the planet of Dorvala and set course back to Coruscant. Although Qui-Gon had no idea what Maul's future held, he refused to leave his side. Whatever the Council decides is up for debate, but no matter what, he will train the boy. So as Qui-Gon and Dooku arrived back, it was there where they confronted the Council. However, as they did, many of the Council members were shocked at what they were seeing. A young Dathomirian Nightbrother? No, it can't be. It can't be.
I take it you have a justification as to why you brought a child of the Nightbrothers before the Council.
This was not my... I do, Master Windu. Do you not feel it? This boy carries a unique connection to the Force. A depth unlike anything I've ever sensed.
A grave risk this is. Darkness clings to Dathomir, steeped in shadow that world has long been.
I understand, Master. I truly do. But this is one of the reasons why the Jedi have always recruited younglings at such a young age, to shield them from the dangers of their origins. Under my guidance, he will be safe, and he will in time be ready to face the trials. You must see it.
Where did you find him?
On Dorvala, during the attack. His mother died as she held him. I could not leave him there.
Compassion is admirable, but the risks are substantial. With such uncertain origins, he could be a danger to the Order. We cannot allow it.
Qui-Gon paused.
Then so be it. If the council refuses him, then I will train him myself, even beyond these walls if I must.
The other council members sat there in shock. What did he just say?
If I may speak on Qui-Gon's behalf here, I often question Qui-Gon's methods, especially one such as this. Yet I cannot deny this. Every youngling, whether it be Togruta, Keldor, SBurke, all of them deserves the chance to walk the Jedi path. This child possesses undeniable potential. You could not ask for a more devoted teacher than Qui-Gon Jinn.
Agree with this, I do not. Yet truth in Master Dooku's words there is. An opportunity to grow each child should have.
Yoda paused.
Trained he may be.
Thank you, Master.
However, hidden his origins must remain. Speak of Dathomir outside of this order we cannot. Grave danger it may bring.
I understand, my master. I will not fail you.
In time, the council meeting ended, and as it did, Dooku met with Qui-Gon outside.
Thank you, Master, for standing by me.
No need to thank me, Qui-Gon. You are no longer a child. You are ready to take on your first apprentice.
Dooku's eyes hardened.
But be watchful. The past such as his is not easily cast aside. Darkness can take root in silence.
Dooku paused.
The path will test you. Yet if anyone can shape him towards the light, it is certainly you, Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon nodded.
May the Force be with you, my old friend.
May the Force be with you, my master.
20 years had passed since Qui-Gon took Maul as his apprentice, and since then, the two developed an unbreakable bond. Just like Dooku predicted, Qui-Gon set Maul on the right path, and in time he truly became an incredible Jedi. Not only was he gifted in the Force, but over time he became one of the most skilled duelists in the entire Jedi Order. With his speed, size, and agility, Maul had become one of the most lethal warriors the Order has ever seen. Although his style raised a lot of eyebrows and even concerns at times, Maul never showed any true signs of the dark side. Instead, it was quite the opposite, as he soon became a calm and grounded Jedi as the years went on. This shocked a lot of the Jedi Council members, because many were convinced that he would be a danger to the Order. However, Maul quickly proved everyone wrong, and Qui-Gon couldn't have been prouder. Unfortunately though, there was one problem. Since Maul was one of the first of his kind to join the Jedi Order, he sadly never had many friends growing up. At times, other Padawans would bully him and talk behind his back, so in a way, he was kind of a lone wolf. This devastated Maul, but as a result, it only pushed him closer to Qui-Gon, and the two truly had an inseparable relationship. Growing up, he saw Qui-Gon as the father he never had, and well, he was so grateful for him in his life. However, now 20 years later, Maul experienced something he's never witnessed before. Nightmares. Haunting visions. Although he didn't fully understand what these nightmares showed, a lot of them kept having similar occurrences. In them, he would usually hear a woman screaming, and he would see fire, flames everywhere, even ash. Maul was unsettled. As the days went on, he began to be consumed by these visions. So he went to his master Qui-Gon for guidance, hoping to find clarity on all this.
Maul, you wanted to speak with me?
Yes, my master. I cannot explain it, but recently visions have consumed me. Visions of death, flames, screams.
Qui-Gon paused.
Screams?
Yes, a woman's voice. A mother.
Qui-Gon went pale. At that moment, he knew exactly what these visions were about. No further questions were needed.
Maul, you have grown into a fine Jedi. I am proud of the man you have become, and now you are old enough to hear the truth of your past. Although the Council will not agree with me in this decision, I believe it is important you know.
Maul went silent.
20 years ago, Master Dooku and I were sent to investigate a violent raid on the planet Dorvala. Although Master Dooku left the Jedi Order not long ago, he was one of the wisest teachers, and I was fortunate enough to be his student. When we arrived, however, we quickly discovered that this raid was orchestrated by a clan called the Nightbrothers.
Nightbrothers?
Yes, and that is the clan you were brought into when you were just a child.
I was a Nightbrother?
Indeed, you were.
Qui-Gon paused for a second. He had to be careful of what he was about to say. He wanted Maul to know the truth, but he couldn't say too much. If he told him too many details, it could backfire. By Maul knowing the full truth, it could spark a darkness inside him that Qui-Gon spent so many years protecting him from. Qui-Gon just couldn't allow that, so he had to choose his words with care.
When Master Dooku and I were searching the planet, you were buried under debris, severely hurt, and crying.
And the woman's scream? The mother I hear, who was she?
Qui-Gon paused. He hated every second of this. He hated lying to his Padawan, but he had to. He had to endure this.
I do not know, my old Padawan. Some truths are lost to time. That answer is one even I cannot give you.
Maul slowly nodded.
Thank you, Master.
Of course. Remember, Maul, do not let your anxieties consume you. The present is always more significant than the past or the future.
Yes, my master.
Qui-Gon nodded.
Now, it seems the Council is requiring me to settle a trade dispute on Naboo. Normally I would bring you, but I sense your mind is heavy. Take this time to breathe, to seek clearly.
Thank you for your understanding, Master. I shall await your return.
May the Force be with you, my old Padawan.
From there, Qui-Gon set course for Naboo, but as he did, Maul was still deep in thought. Although Qui-Gon helped him, for some reason he felt like there were still so many unanswered questions. Most of all though, who was this woman screaming, and why did she keep appearing in his visions? Maul required answers, so he headed to the Jedi archives to learn more. As Maul arrived into the archives, he kept researching on the Nightbrothers to find anything he could about them. However, little information was found. In the archives, all he learned was that the Nightbrothers shared a clan with who were called the Night Sisters, and they originally came from the planet of Dathomir. Unfortunately, that's all he could find, but luckily for him, he was about to learn more than he could imagine. As Maul stood there, a voice appeared behind him.
Ah, yes, the Night Sisters.
Maul turned around. It was Senator Palpatine of Naboo.
Senator Palpatine, it is an honor to speak to you.
Well, of course. Maul, is it?
Yes.
Come, walk with me, Maul. I may just have the answers you seek.
You know of the Night Sisters?
Well, of course. You see, young Maul, you are a part of what is called the Zabrak species, or the Dathomirians as well. However, have you ever wondered why you have scars on your face?
Yes.
They mark you as a Nightbrother. Initiated, very young from what I can tell. Quite rare, in fact, and quite an honor.
What separates the Nightbrothers and the Night Sisters?
The Nightbrothers are the warriors, brave, fierce, and unyielding. But the Sisters, they are something else. They wield a power older than the Jedi Order. Dark magic.
Magic?
Oh, yes. They are witches, Maul. Their devotion to the arts are extraordinary.
Maul was fascinated.
I see.
Tell me, Maul, where is your master now?
Departing from Naboo to mediate a trade dispute.
Ah, yes, ever the negotiator. Though, curious, he did not bring you.
He was looking out for me.
Perhaps. Or perhaps he feared of what you might discover. With him away, you should explore your heritage, learn what was denied of you.
How so?
Go to the planet Dathomir, see the truth for yourself. There, you will find your answers.
The Jedi Council would never allow it.
Why should their permission bind you? They have kept your past buried. What else could they be hiding?
Maul was intrigued. Maybe Senator Palpatine was right. Maybe he should go find his answers. Perhaps he could finally learn who this woman was.
Very well. I will seek more answers then. Thank you, Senator Palpatine.
Of course, Maul. If you ever need someone to speak to, I am always around.
Maul. Turn, child. Face me.
Who are you? Where are you?
Turn around and see for yourself.
Maul turned back around. It was a woman.
Welcome home, Maul.
Who are you?
You were too young to remember, my child. I am your mother.
Maul went numb.
Mother?
Indeed. During the Nightbrother strike on Dorvala, I fought to protect you. I was gravely wounded, but I held you until my final breath.
Your screams. I heard them.
As you were meant to. I guided your dreams to call you home, Maul. To show you where your destiny lies.
But I am a Jedi.
And it was the Jedi who stole you from my arms.
Maul froze. What?
Master Qui-Gon would never.
Oh, but he would. He chose you over my life. And when my body failed, my spirit endured. I am stronger now than in any mortal form. With you by my side, I can help you. Stay with me, Maul. Abandon the Order. Embrace what you truly are.
I could never leave the Jedi. They gave me a home.
Our kind aren't meant to be Jedi, Maul. The darkness in you runs deep. Anger, pain, fire. You have not seen it yet, but you will. And you will regret turning away from me.
No.
Ah, the weapon of peace.
Maul swelled up with rage, a feeling he hadn't really felt before until now.
I have foreseen your future, Maul. I have foreseen your destiny.
You lie!
Your master will die in your arms, and you will walk the path of the Sith.
The Sith are extinct. Enough foolishness.
They lurk in the shadows, waiting.
No. No, enough.
I was to be apprenticed to the great Darth Sidious. However, my death complicated things.
Enough.
Soon you will kneel to the Sith and wonder why you ever resisted.
Enough.
With one strike of his saber, Maul stabbed Talzin right through her chest, killing her right then and there. However, as he stood above her, he was filled with instant regret. He felt guilty. What had he done? What just happened? This wasn't like him. What had he become?
Mother.
Maul was filled with emotions. However, out of nowhere, many Nightbrothers began to appear from the shadows, all holding their weapons.
You there! Halt! He killed Mother Talzin. Kill him!
Maul turned around and went to run away back to his ship, but as he did, another ship had landed. However, that was a Naboo Royal Starship. What was a Royal Starship doing here? Then he looked closer. That was Qui-Gon standing outside the ship.
Maul, come aboard! Hurry!
Maul rushed to Qui-Gon, and as he did, the two quickly took off and left Dathomir at once. Luckily, they escaped and Maul was unharmed. However, as he walked inside the ship, before him stood a young boy, about the age of 9 or so.
Hello. Pleased to meet you, sir.
Maul was so confused.
Maul, this is Anakin Skywalker.
Maul had no words. Now wasn't the time for introductions.
Anakin, go accompany Queen Amidala in the cockpit. My apprentice and I have much to discuss.
Okay, sir.
Little Anakin left the room. As he did, Qui-Gon's emotions shifted.
You left for Dathomir without my permission.
I'm sorry, Master. I needed answers.
I suspected you might. Hence why I placed a tracker on your ship before departing for Naboo.
Maul went silent.
I am not angry with you, Maul. Rather, I owe you an apology.
An apology?
Yes. For years, the Council urged me to keep your past hidden, as they feared the darkness that comes from the Dathomir clans. And against my better judgment, I listened. So that is why I must tell you the truth, Maul. The screams in your nightmares, well, I may not be certain. I believe those screams were from your mother.
Did you watch her die?
Qui-Gon went silent.
When I arrived, she was moments from death. I could not save her. You were alone. No family, no protection. So I brought you with me, hoping to give you a life unshaped by that cruelty. However, it seems as if I failed you. Perhaps I was wrong to hide the truth, and for that I'm truly sorry.
There is nothing to forgive, Master. What's done is done. My mother is gone, and she will never return.
Qui-Gon paused. He felt horrible for his apprentice.
Maul, tell me, why were those Nightbrothers attacking you?
Maul took a pause. He remembered what he just did. He remembered how he stabbed his own mother right through her chest, all because of her evil, manipulative words. This made him sick inside, haunted. He couldn't tell his master what he just did. If he did, he could be expelled from the Jedi Order. No, the Jedi was all he had. He couldn't lose that. It was just a rare act where his emotions got the best of him. It wouldn't ever happen again. So he had no other option but to do what Qui-Gon had done to him. Lie.
They did not recognize me. They believed I was a deserter. They sought to kill me.
And we arrived just in time.
Maul nodded.
We're returning back to Coruscant now. This boy, Maul, he has a gift like no other, much like you.
A gift?
Yes, I believe he is the chosen one.
The chosen one? From the prophecy you always spoke about?
Indeed. He has a midichlorian count higher than I've ever seen in a life form, even higher than Master Yoda's.
The Council will not accept him. He is too old.
I will convince them, just as I did with you. And with the great Jedi Knight you have become, perhaps they will have more confidence that I can lead Anakin on the right path.
Maul nodded in agreement. From there, Qui-Gon left the room, and Maul was left alone with his thoughts. Once again, he thought about what just happened. How he killed his own mother in cold blood. How he showed no remorse. How he let his anger and hatred get the best of him. Why? Why did he do that? Was his mother right? Did he succumb to darkness there? No. He couldn't have, right? He was a Jedi. Jedi don't do that. How much of what she was saying was actually true? Were the Sith really around but just in hiding? Maul had so many questions. Although he came to Dathomir with many questions already, leaving the planet he now had even more. However, one thing was for certain. He could never share what happened with Qui-Gon, nor the Council. All he could do was never let it happen again and become the best Jedi that he could be. 13 years had passed since Maul killed his own mother, and since that day, he had never been the same. Each night, his nightmares worsened, his guilt became heavier, and his regret for what he did filled him from the inside out. Although he stayed loyal to the Jedi and even worked his way up to eventually becoming a Jedi Master, Maul was not the same person that Qui-Gon raised him to be. Unfortunately, over these past 13 years, he and Qui-Gon's relationship drifted as time went on. With Qui-Gon now putting all his focus in guiding his new apprentice, Anakin, Maul found himself walking a more independent path. However, luckily for him, there was one person who saw his struggle and developed the close bond that he so desperately needed: Chancellor Palpatine. Over these past years, Maul sought comfort in Palpatine on many occasions. Out of all people, Palpatine understood his origins and the darkness that clung to his family's bloodline, so Maul would visit his office quite often to speak with him. At one point, he even revealed what happened the day he returned to Dathomir. Although it took a lot for him to admit it, he shared the truth with Palpatine on what happened that day. The rage, the loss of control, and the way something inside him took over. This was a big step for Maul, mainly since he never even told Qui-Gon what really happened, mainly since he was terrified that if the Council found out, he would be expelled from the Jedi Order. What he did that day was not the Jedi way, and by any means necessary, the Council could never learn the truth. However, although Maul and Qui-Gon weren't as close as they used to be, Maul did develop a close friendship with one more person. A person that he shared a lot in common with: Anakin Skywalker. Over these years, Maul and Anakin became nearly inseparable, mainly since they were so similar in so many ways. Both were seen as outsiders, both were seen as outcasts by the Council, and most of all, both were once trained by Qui-Gon Jinn. Under Qui-Gon's training, Anakin had grown up to become a surprisingly wise, calm, and thoughtful Jedi. So in time, Maul grew close with Anakin, and as the years went on, they even went on many missions together, especially during the Clone Wars. Throughout this time, the events played out very much the same, as the Clone Wars still began and was led by the Separatist leader Count Dooku. For the past 3 years, the Republic and the Separatists were battling in this war, but luckily it was soon coming to an end and victory seemed to be near for the Republic. However, there was just one problem. Maul's nightmares returned, and this time they were worse. In these nightmares, however, they weren't about his mother nor himself, but instead his old master, Qui-Gon Jinn. For weeks now, he had visions of Qui-Gon dying, exactly as his mother foretold, and now Maul was truly afraid. He couldn't let these visions come true. He just couldn't. No matter how far he felt from his master these past 13 years, he still loved him. He was the father he never had, and he would not let these visions come true, no matter what. So Maul went to go speak to the person he trusted most, Chancellor Palpatine.
Young Maul. Oh, you seem troubled, my old friend.
Yes, Chancellor. I've been haunted by these visions again.
I see. What of? Your mother again?
No. Master Qui-Gon. In them he dies.
Palpatine paused.
I see.
I cannot see how, but I sense that he is struck down by a lightsaber.
That is most interesting. Have you shared what you have seen with your master already? Better yet, your close friend, young Skywalker?
No. I have not shared this with anybody but you, Chancellor. My visions, they normally occur in the past, however this feels like the future.
Palpatine smiled.
Well, I'm glad you came to me, young Maul. Unfortunately, if you did go to the Jedi, they would dismiss you as they've often done with similar situations in the past, but perhaps I can help.
How so?
You ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
No.
I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend.
Maul went silent.
Darth Plagueis was a dark lord of the Sith, so powerful and so wise, he could use the Force to influence the midichlorians to create life. He had such knowledge in the dark side, he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying.
He could save others from death.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
As Palpatine said this, Maul felt unease in him. Something felt off. Something dark. Something sinister.
Chancellor, how do you know the dark side?
Maul, if one is to understand the great mystery, one must study all its aspects.
Maul froze. No. No.
You're the Sith Lord.
Maul, listen to me, my friend. Know your worth. Know your destiny. You have been a slave to the Jedi Order all your life. You've been lied to. You've been cast aside. You haven't even earned yourself a seat on the Jedi Council despite your admirable abilities. If these visions are in fact correct, Qui-Gon Jinn will die, and you will be helpless to stop it. However, learn the dark side of the Force, and you will learn a power beyond what any Jedi could ever dream of.
Maul went silent. That's exactly what his mother predicted years ago. That Qui-Gon would die and he would fall to the dark side. No, he couldn't let that come true.
I'm turning you over to the Jedi Council.
Ah, yes, the Council. The same ones who hid your past from you for so many years. By all means, turn me in, but you don't know what will happen as a result, do you?
Maul went silent.
Your mother was destined to be my apprentice so many years ago, until that opportunity was robbed from me. Now, young Maul, you could become what she was not. The dark side. It calls to you. You have hate. You have anger. You've buried it for so long. Join me, and I will show you true power. The power to save Qui-Gon.
Right away, Maul left the Chancellor's office, but instead of going to the Council, he went to one of his closest friends, Anakin. He knew that if there was one person he could trust, it was Anakin, so he had to speak with him.
Maul, you look pale. What happened?
The Chancellor. He is Darth Sidious. He is the Sith Lord.
Are you certain?
Yes.
I'll contact Master Qui-Gon. We'll confront him ourselves. There'll be no match for the three of us.
No.
No?
Maul's heart sank. He couldn't risk Qui-Gon's life, not after the visions he had.
Just you and I. Qui-Gon cannot come.
Maul, he may be older now, but we need all the help we can get. And don't for a second think we're going to the Jedi Council about this. We go on our own terms.
Maul went silent.
Do you trust me, Anakin?
Always.
Then you and I. Nobody else.
Very well. Let's end this.
With that, Anakin and Maul left to go confront the Chancellor, but as they arrived in his office, they witnessed the unexpected. Right beside Palpatine stood Count Dooku?
Master Dooku.
Young Maul and Skywalker, the so-called Chosen One.
Your corruption ends here, Chancellor. This war has gone on long enough.
The only corruption here is the Republic and the failed Jedi Order you so blindly serve.
Young Skywalker, you had such promise until Qui-Gon softened your edge. You became compassionate, weak.
You're wrong. Qui-Gon made me strong.
Is that so? Then perhaps Maul should tell you what he has foreseen.
Anakin looked at Maul.
What?
Oh, he did not tell you? Tell you about his visions? About Qui-Gon's death?
That's why you didn't want him with us. Why didn't you say anything?
I won't risk his life. Now, enough. We arrest them both.
So be it, Jedi.
With that, Anakin and Maul ignited their sabers. Dooku and Palpatine did the same. From there, Palpatine leaped towards them and there was now a clash between all four of them. As the fight kicked off, Anakin and Palpatine entered a 1v1 while Dooku and Maul also fought each other. However, as Maul fought Dooku head to head, he held back. He wasn't himself. That was Master Dooku. He played such a big part in even allowing him to be a Jedi, and always looked after him growing up. Now he had to fight him? Maul wasn't himself. However, as the two kept clashing, he and Dooku eventually locked sabers. As they did, Dooku taunted him.
You are holding back, Maul. You feel anger, hatred, and yet you refuse to use it.
I will not betray the Jedi.
Ah, but they've already betrayed you. You deny what you are. The dark side calls to you. You already killed your own mother in cold blood. You call that the Jedi way?
Maul swelled up with rage. Hearing these words only fueled him inside. He remembered his mother, what he did that day.
Violence is your nature, Maul. The Council merely pretends otherwise. These visions of Qui-Gon Jinn you have had, you won't die by Darth Sidious's hands. No. You will die by your...
Maul couldn't take it anymore, so he lashed out and began attacking Dooku even more now. Every strike, every attack, only became stronger and stronger. Dooku was becoming too overwhelmed. He couldn't take it anymore. Maul was just too powerful. Then in time, the unexpected happened. Out of nowhere, Maul pressed his attack on Dooku and sliced his hands right off. Dooku was then brought to his knees and Maul now stood above him. Just like all those years ago, Maul's anger and his hatred had truly gotten the best of him once again. However, this time around, he didn't feel an ounce of regret. This time it felt good. It felt rewarding, thrilling even. Meanwhile, as this happened, Anakin and Palpatine's duel was still going on, but in time, that would come to an end. Just like Dooku with Maul, Palpatine was overwhelmed by Anakin's strength, speed, and agility. He truly stood no chance. So, out of nowhere, Anakin was able to kick Palpatine to the ground and defeat him as well. With that, Anakin pointed his saber right at his throat as he and Maul had both won. However, as Anakin looked over at Dooku and Maul, he was horrified. Dooku's hands, they were cut off. What did Maul do? That wasn't like him.
Maul, are you okay?
Young fool, don't you see? He has taken his very first step towards the dark side.
Maul went silent.
Maul, put your emotions aside. We need to arrest them now.
Maul didn't say a word.
Maul!
Maul was deep in thought. Everything rushed through his head. His mother's death. Qui-Gon lying to him all those years ago. Now this. Defeating Count Dooku without mercy. He felt so powerful. Beyond anything he's ever felt before. Was this the dark side pulling to him?
Good, Maul. You have hate. You have anger. Use it. Kill Lord Tyrannus and take your place at my side.
Dooku looked over at Palpatine, shocked to his core.
Do it.
Maul went in, about to strike Dooku down, but at the very last second, he paused. He froze. His emotions, all of a sudden, they shifted. He couldn't kill Dooku. He wasn't a killer. He just wasn't.
Weak. Just like your master. How disappointing. Now then, young Skywalker, you will experience the full power of the dark side.
With that, Palpatine struck Anakin down with Force Lightning, but Anakin did his best to block it. Unfortunately though, he knew he couldn't last like this for much longer. This Darth Sidious, he was so powerful. Anakin was struggling. However, as all this happened, Dooku was still sat on his knees as Maul watched it all. Maul was horrified at that moment, so conflicted on what to do. He couldn't kill Palpatine. Without him, Qui-Gon would die. He had to learn the secret to saving his life. Palpatine was the key to everything. However, Anakin was his best friend, his brother. He couldn't let him die either.
You are not like the rest of us, Maul. I was wrong about you. Save him. Save your friend. He needs you.
What? Was Dooku trying to trick him? Was this some sort of game? Just a few minutes ago, he called him a cold-blooded murderer.
I see now that I was nothing more than a tool to Sidious. I have not 1 inch of loyalty towards him anymore. He may not be one you can trust, but I assure you this, Maul. With Sidious still alive, he will command an order that will eliminate the Jedi Order within mere minutes. If you truly want peace, you must kill him. You've done it before, out of hate and anger. However, now you must use your abilities for good.
Maul went silent. He kept watching as Anakin was struggling.
I've known you since you were a small boy, Maul. You have grown into a much wiser and formidable man than I could have ever been. Qui-Gon has taught you right. Now, save your friend.
Maul stayed silent. Although he despised Dooku with every inch of his body, if what he was saying was true, he couldn't risk anything else. If this Sidious person was as dangerous as Dooku said he was, he had to put this to an end. So at that moment, Maul knew what he had to do. It was time. Out of nowhere, Maul leaped towards Anakin and Palpatine, and with one swift strike of his saber, he stabbed Palpatine right through his chest. It was done. Chancellor Palpatine was dead. Although Maul was scared what would happen as a result of this, he knew it had to be done. He couldn't risk Qui-Gon's life, but he also couldn't risk losing his best friend Anakin. All he could hope was that he made the right choice.
Maul, you saved me,
I couldn't let you die. He was too dangerous to be left alive.
Anakin nodded. However, as they did, they both heard a voice.
Anakin! Maul!
Maul and Anakin turned around. It was Qui-Gon.
Master, how did you know we were here?
I sensed an unusual disturbance in the Force. It appears I was correct.
Master, Chancellor Palpatine was the Sith.
I know.
You know?
My vision served me well. I have foreseen this for many years now.
Why didn't you tell us you knew he was the Sith Lord?
My visions, they're correct, and other times not. By relying on them too much, it could drive fear to cloud my own judgment.
Maul froze. Master Qui-Gon also had these visions? Could it be that his visions of him dying weren't real? Could it be that they're just unreliable?
Maul.
Master.
As you know, when you were a boy, the Jedi Order almost refused to accept you in, all because of where you came from. I knew what happened on Dathomir, and I let you face it to see who you truly were. I knew those actions that day were not who you are. And, well, I was correct. You have rewritten history, Maul. You did what nobody believed you could do. Alongside Anakin here, you brought balance to the Force. I am very proud of you.
And so am I.
Everyone turned around.
I failed you, Qui-Gon. And I failed you, Maul. I realized Sidious's corruption far too late, and for that I deserve to face the consequences of my actions. However, just now, I am sorry.
Qui-Gon nodded. Although he still carried much disappointment in Dooku for betraying him and the Jedi Order, he believed every word he said.
Anakin, Maul, come along. Let us bring him into custody and inform the Council of what has transpired here.
One month had passed since Palpatine's death, and since then, peace had slowly been restored to the galaxy. With nothing to lose anymore, Dooku kept his word and revealed everything that Palpatine was plotting. He shared that Palpatine prepared a command called Protocol 66, in which it would be triggered by the inhibitor chips in each and every clone trooper. As a result, all clone troopers were now scanned, and the inhibitor chips were removed to ensure protection in the galaxy. Unfortunately for Dooku, however, he would serve the rest of his life in prison due to his crimes, but according to him, that was to be expected. All he hoped was that the Republic would change for the better as a result of this, and although it was still far from that, things were headed on the right path. Now 1 month later, peace was slowly being restored, and the Jedi Order was in a rebuilding phase. Many Jedi such as Yoda and Windu were disappointed in themselves for not seeing through the Chancellor this entire time, so in their eyes, change was needed. They were convinced that it was time to return to the earliest teachings of the Jedi, that way they can rediscover their old ways. As for Maul himself, he was honored by the Jedi Council for his heroic actions, and was even granted his own seat on the Council. However, surprisingly, he refused this offer. Although he was grateful for the life the Jedi Order gave him for so many years, he believed his future lied elsewhere. He believed he was destined for way more, and by that, it was time for him to return back to his homeworld of Dathomir and help his relatives and the next generation of Nightbrothers. For years, the Nightbrothers have always had a tarnished reputation, and so for Maul, it was now time to fix that. He wanted to not only get another chance at making things right with his brothers, but also set them on the right path just like Qui-Gon did for him. Luckily for Maul though, he wouldn't be on this mission alone. Both Qui-Gon and Anakin also chose to resign from the Jedi Order, and they promised no matter what, they would be right by Maul's side throughout it all. These three were a family and nothing would separate them. Now Maul, Qui-Gon, and Anakin were about to depart for their new life on Dathomir. However, on their way out, Master Yoda had some last words for them.
Master Qui-Gon, young Maul, and young Skywalker, proud of you three I am. At times, your paths I doubted. Clouded my judgment I was. Wrong I was. And for that, I apologize. Strong in spirit each of you is. Honored to have watched you grow, I am.
Thank you, Master.
Young Maul, the guidance of your brothers now rests upon you. Teach them wisely. Keep them on the path of the Force, and should darkness ever feel close, a home here you will always find.
I will not fail, Master. I will make you proud.
May the Force be with you three.
May the Force be with you, Master Yoda.